What's happening? It's been a long time, folks. It's been a very long time since I've been on this channel, but I just want to talk about some just horrendous stuff that I've seen online here. I'm on my phone. For anyone who doesn't know, I watched the Ben Askren Jake Paul match there. I'll talk a little bit about the event itself in a minute, but I want to talk about this narrative. This narrative that's been put forth that the fight was completely fake. Completely fake. All the fucking wrestling fans, all of them, all these wrestling fans, because Chris Jericho said that, oh, the fight's fake. Like Chris Jericho's just working everybody. He knows damn well that it was real. The actual fucking knockout was completely real. You gotta be a complete and utter moron to think that it wasn't real. Like, and people are saying, this is the narrative that's being put forth. How can Jake Paul beat up a veteran of the MMA world? How can Jake... And I just want to say this straight off the bat. I hate Jake Paul. I can't stand him. I think he's terrible for the children. He's terrible for the children, C-Nation. He's terrible for the kids because he's a bad influence. He's a terrible, terrible, terrible influence. Let me see. What's up, Jerry? You look like you were in a fight, man. Man, I gotta fucking stay up late. Been in lockdown now for 6 months, but that's despite the point there. The fact is that this fight was not fake. Okay? Anyone with half a fucking brain can see that this was not fake. Okay? Anyone with half a brain. Let's just look at the facts. Ben Askren is a wrestler. Not a pro wrestler, you know, but an actual amateur wrestler who actually has won championships as a wrestler. Number two, he's been notorious for not doing any good punches. He's notorious for his jabs, his fucking striking ability, is horrendous. In fact, this isn't the first time he's been knocked out incredibly fast. He had a fight in MMA and he got knocked out in a few seconds. So this narrative that's being put forth that, oh, Ben Askren, you know, he's a veteran. He clearly dived. He clearly, like, are you an idiot? Like, are you people morons? Like, do you think Ben Askren, a guy who still has a few fights left in his career, if he beat Jake Paul, everyone would know who he was and everyone would actually want to see him in UFC. That's a fact. So it's not in Ben's interest to take a dive. Even if hypothetically he did, if you look at the actual footage, Jake Paul jabbing, getting the actual gloves away from Ben Askren, and then boom, straight away on the floor. I've seen 4 to 5 different camera angles, and all of them look like that bum got knocked out. He got completely knocked out. Straight up facts. If you like, I know some of you like might not watch boxing or MMA. You're more into your professional wrestling or whatever. But you can tell the difference between a dive and someone who legitimately got knocked out. Oh, well, the thing is, Jerry, he immediately got straight up right away. No, he didn't. If you actually look, Ben Askren was doing this here. He looked like me once lockdown goes down and I go back to the bar. He was like this here. And obviously the referee needs to keep an eye on his safety. So the referee called it. Now, I'll admit, at the start, I thought it could have went on a little bit longer. I admit, I think it should have went on a little bit longer. But then, reviewing it, I seen Ben doing this. I was like, no. Because in case he gets seriously hurt, this man was supposed to be a veteran of the MMA world. His boxing stance was something in the 1940s. Come here, Percy. Come here, I'll fight you over some... I'll fight you over a barrel of liver there, see? What the hell was this? Who taught him that? Who taught him to do this? And even Snoop Dogg was like, why has he got a boxing stance like the 1940s? This is in the 1940s, Ben. More importantly, the reason why he got knocked out was his conditioning. His conditioning was terrible. Awful. I don't know who his trainer was, but they need to be ashamed of themselves. Apparently Freddie Roach was training him. I honestly refused to believe Eddie Roach would, would honestly give him the time of day to actually. Apparently, he was in his boxing gym and stuff like that, but I doubt he told him to do that stance. I doubt he did. Ben Askren, he's in a war. Boxing is completely different from MMA. I don't know how many times I kept saying it. I remember when I said that Floyd Mayweather was going to beat Conor McGregor. I said that. The reason why I said that is because it's boxing. Boxing is a whole different world. MMA, if you put a boxer in an MMA world, they're going to get knocked the fuck out. You put an MMA guy in a boxing ring, more than likely the MMA guy is going to get knocked out. So this notion that, and the thing is, Jake Paul, the condition, Jake Paul took it serious. Ben Askren didn't take it serious. He was just sitting there. Hey, see? Let me fight you, see? And I love these fucking fight analysts, these so-called fight analysts like Bad Boy Inc., whatever the hell his name is. He was sitting there in his armchair, and this is the thing. This guy is getting paid to review like fucking fights or whatever. I'm a fucking nobody, and I fucking predicted this fight. Stevie Wonder could see that Jake Paul was beating Ben Askren. Straight up. And I don't even like Jake Paul. I wanted Ben to win. But as soon as I seen him in the weigh-ins, looking like your dad when he's walking out of a bar, no! Boxing you have to have conditioning in boxing. Pure and simple. I'll read some of the comments here. Right here. Hi, Jerry. What's the New Year's roast? It's happening soon. We'll get it at some point. Jerry, please confirm it for the fans. Are you now training to take on Jake Paul? Don't dodge the question. I'm not training to fight anyone. I'm training to get into shape. I am open to the idea, however, of possibly doing something like that. I'm just saying. This fight sucked. And I want to say this. The fight did suck. I think we can all... Actually, in fact, the whole card sucked. I actually want to talk about... There was actually a bigger controversy. If you're going to talk about fake, there was actually a boxing match in this card that was straight up like out of like Cristiano Ronaldo playing soccer. We'll get to that in a minute, but I'll read some of your comments. Jerry, stop dodging the questions. Are you taking on Jake Paul to fight? I'm not fighting Jake Paul, although I would like to. I'm not gonna lie, I would like to fight him. Yeah, why not? I get a payday. I don't mind $500,000. I actually talked to Don Banks last night, and he went, Jerry, I'll train you. So I already have a trainer. Don Banks can train me. I don't know, man. And while you're not, stop dodging the roast question. Sunday roast, please. He looked like a plumber. Didn't he, man, Max? He looked like a plumber. He looked like Bob the fucking Builder. He didn't look like in any shit. And everyone's like amazed by this. Like, I don't know why people are surprised. They're like, how can an MMA veteran get knocked out in a few seconds? Because he's a wrestler. You've taken out his main attributes as a wrestler. You've taken it and you've put him in an actual combat sport that is 100% his weakness, which is striking. Ben Askren, no guard at all. Me and Don were talking about this actually last night. Ben Askren needs to have a good guard. He had to have a good guard. If he has any chance. I don't know what that was. I don't know who taught him that. For the love of God, Ben, I barely fight myself. And I just punch a punch bag. But you see me like at least having doing that. You don't drop your hands in the middle of a fight like this. Here she. This is the 1940s, big man. No use to be mad, buddy. I don't even know this fight was on. Ben was on it for the money and clout. Fair play to him. Let me see. That low blow was embarrassing, mate. Oh my God, right. We'll get into that low blow in a second. The nut shot, but the Scottish in him just came out. I'm not Scottish, I'm Irish, mate. Sorry. Sorry, Fortnite. Every guy in the gym, including me, looks in more shape than Askren. This is the thing, right? Ben Askren just was not in remotely any... He was in no condition to box. In fact, I honestly thought he would have at least pulled out. If he was smart, because a lot of people said, oh, Ben Askren's a smart guy. He walked into this. People are going to know who he is. Yeah, they're going to know him as the MMA guy that got knocked out in a few seconds by a YouTuber. Thank you, Holy Ant. But it's ridiculous to me that people were in the wrestling world saying that this fight was fake. Like, are you an idiot? I was responding to this moron. We'll bring him up here, actually. I was responding to this absolute idiot. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want I don't want my fans attacking his Facebook page, but this was on the Exposed Turnbuckle site, all right? And I did laughing face at the people thinking this was fake because, you know, any logical person, best channel in the YWC, no doubt. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Yeah, even MMA fans. Well, there was a few that disagreed. MD. But majority of MMA fans knew that Ben was going to lose because they know his track record. So I posted on the Exposed Turnbuckle, I said laughing emoji, because I'm into the emojis now. I'm getting cool with the kids. At people thinking it was fake. Logical answer, because Chris Jericho and everyone, all these professional wrestling fans that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, is saying that it was fake, all right? So then this idiot wrote, laughing emoji at the people thinking that it wasn't a work or a throw fight. I'm sorry, but if you have to, like, keep saying it's a work, everything's a work, guys, it's a work. Like, that's why I can't stand wrestling fans now. It's because they actually use, like, wrestling vocabulary. If I could say the word, they're using professional wrestling statements in real-life scenarios. So I just don't understand why wrestling fans do this, you absolute virgins. So then I wrote, laughing emoji at the people that have never seen a boxing match and that Stevie Wonder could even see that the fight was real. All right? So then this idiot wrote this here, okay? You ready? Clearly referencing to yourself, laughable if you think it wasn't thrown. You're an idiot! You're a fucking moron if you think that. Do you honestly think Jake Paul knocked out Askren? Yes, he did. Askren was in terrible shape. I've seen builders in better shapes than him, you idiot. Do you really honestly believe that a 22-fight MMA veteran that has taken much more punishment than a longer period against professional fighters who were wearing lesser padded gloves because he was against wrestlers, you idiot? He was younger. He also had against actual wrestlers. He was facing wrestlers. He also got notoriously knocked out by people, by actual MMA fighters, strictly that were involved in striking. So those MMA fighters that were mainly involved in striking would go through Askren several times, in fact. What else does this idiot say? Longer period of time against professional writers who were wearing lesser padded gloves and had never seen a knocked out once, was knocked out by some bloke from YouTube with a punch that barely connected. You're an idiot. You're an absolute bona fide idiot. You're a moron. It's not as if Askren was straight up on his feet laughing and joking literally minutes later. He wasn't. I don't know what you were watching. You're probably watching Looney Tunes or whatever. He got paid $50,000 to throw the fight in under 2 minutes. You are an absolute idiot, sir. You're an absolute bona fide, complete and utter goddamn moron. So, complete idiots. Idiots. Like, this is why people don't like professional wrestling fans. Because they just, like, one tweet from Chris Jericho and now everyone's a fight expert. I'm not claiming to be a fight expert. I'm just saying, if you can clearly see that a man is out of shape, his main attributes are taken away in a combat sport that doesn't suit him, he's going to get knocked out in a few seconds. It's pure and simple. It's that simple. You know, anyone else in that position that was a main wrestler in MMA gets knocked the fuck out straight away, unless that they have some type of attributes to striking. Ben Askren had none of those things. And I love the fact this guy was a Bad Boy Inc. or whatever. It's this guy in the chairs, like, I don't know, like, you know, people think that the main, like, and this is direct words, right? I think he turned around and he was like, well, the thing is that Jake Paul thinks that this is going to be a boxing match. This isn't. Ben's going to get in his face. Ben's going to do this. Ben didn't do shit. He went to Burger King. That's what Ben did, you absolute idiots. I love the fact that these people are like fight experts when an average Joe like myself who barely watches this shit knows more about it. These people are idiots. Complete morons. Let's see here. Come on, it's obvious who's gonna win this. Take punishment, LOL. Every time he tried standing up, he got destroyed. Also, why didn't nobody bring up the clear difference in size? Thank you. Weight class matters. Yep, exactly. Now, apparently Ben put on more weight than what he should have. And more ways than one. Let me see. Apparently Lucifer's Kane's coming after me, apparently. Oh, well. Ben got up because he was properly confused. Yeah, like the thing is, like, look at, right, this is another thing. This is an example. Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was in a fight, and he got knocked out. And he fell and went back up right away. Ben Askren, because with Tyson Fury, he got up. They wanted to check his eyes, check his gloves. Everything's fine. Okay, he can fight. They check Ben's like this. It's ridiculous. Jake can't beat an actual striker. He picks the shoot. I agree with that 100%. I absolutely agree with that. Because it's ridiculous. Paul has all these 12-year-olds around the world respecting him. I just want to say this. It's good for the sport of boxing because it highlights the younger children. But the problem is that it's being represented by an absolute moron. I don't like Jake Paul. I think he's an idiot. I think he's really... Look, I understand, like, the sport of boxing is now becoming a bit more popular now with this YouTube stuff. But the fact that, like, some of these professional fighters can't even generate... Like, I listened to Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was commentating a fight, and I just wanted to rip my eardrums out. Apparently, Oscar De La Hoya's coming back. He was like, oh, baby, baby, baby. It was so annoying. Oscar's back on that. Go. Better get the fishnets, Oscar. I'm only joking. I like Oscar De La Hoya, but yeah, I don't know. He was definitely on something last night. Like, yeah, so I love the fact everyone was saying that the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight was fake. Let's talk about a fight where it legitimately a guy took a dive. Legitimately in this card. There was these two boxers, so-called professional boxers, and they're fighting and they're doing all this here. And then the guy, like, throws a jab right there. Like, hits him right there. He goes, oh, nut shot. And it's literally, I thought it was like a Ric Flair move. He fell on the ground. And he's like, oh, like he's rolling about, like he's in pain. Snoop Dogg's like, what the hell's going on here? And then they replay it, and obviously they change the decision where the guy ends up winning. But the guy gets stretchered out by just, like, punching him right here. Complete joke. That was a joke. Some of the artists they had, like, look, Ice Cube was cool. Snoop Dogg was awesome. If you like Justin Bieber, more part of you. But some of these artists that were on here, so it was like a mix between the MTV Music Awards and boxing. So they had the first boxing match, and then, like, 2 hours later, they had another boxing match. I really hope they don't do this again. I really hope that they actually, like, have, like, one artist or whatever. But this is the way I would have it. Have a YouTube fight, professional wrestling fight, YouTube fight, professional wrestling fight, YouTube fight. That's how I would have it. Bill, and stuff like that. You can have your musical performances like in the middle and end, but some of it was just completely cringe. Like, it was almost like too try-hard, if that makes sense. Yeah, the bad lip syncing was incredibly bad. Like, this is what I had about boxing expositions. They take on 50-year-olds out of shape MMA fighters. I heard even Oscar wants to fight Chuck Liddell. Like, what the fuck, dude, is ancient? Yeah, I don't know. Oscar De La Hoya, like, man, was, like, completely off his tits on commentary there. Like, but as I said there, let's see, Jake Paul versus Brock Lesnar in a cage of boxing. There's money in that. Yeah, there is actually money in that there. Actually, Frank Mir did actually pretty well. He actually survived all the 6 rounds. Like, he lost, absolutely, but did he though? Like, the thing is that, you know, you got Frank Mir who's not used to boxing, and he survived 6 rounds with an actual fully fledged professional fighter. I believe was like undefeated at the point. So Frank Mir like did very well actually. Don't smother the mother, Oscar. Yo, remember he was like, yo, he's from the USSR or something, Oscar De La Hoya. I don't know, man. This pay-per-view was fucking mental. I think it was worth the price just to see the massive train wreck. I seen Pete Davidson going into Jake Paul's room, and he asked them about the allegations, and then they blanked it out, which was pretty funny. And like, he then started like bashing Ben Askren, then went to his locker room. And literally, this is before a fight. Ben Askren's like, yo, like, you got beef with me, Pete Davidson, or whatever. Complete bum. All of them are bums. So apparently Jake Paul's going to be fighting the boxer. He's called the Billionaire or something like that. He was like, he retired for like 5 years and came back. Apparently the rumor is Jake Paul's going to be fighting this guy. You know, so it is what it is, but I don't know. Overall, I thought, like, you know, it was a bit of a waste of time, but I just want to make it very clear, the fight was not fake. Was not fake. Like, even WJ said, I don't think it was fake or whatever. Because even WJ said, he's like, I don't think it was fake, but I hate this notion that, like, all these professional wrestling fans were just, it's fake, man, it's fake. Oh, God, it's fake. And, like, I have to put up with all sides. I have to put up with the boxing aspect of things and MMA. These guys coming at me because I like professional wrestling. And then whenever I defend professional wrestling, these so-called fans are nowhere to be seen. But whenever I, like, praise another fucking sport, you're just a bad guy. You can't win. But anyway, did you see the slap fight? I did. That was hilarious. Ric Flair was actually on the pay-per-view as well. Not actually fighting, thank God. But he was like, woo! Like the fucking slap thing that they were doing with Pete Davidson, which was kind of funny, not gonna lie. But yeah, I actually want to apologize. I haven't been on this channel that much. I might bring back the General Jerry show at some point. I might bring back a live show, the General Jerry show. So I do apologize I haven't been on here. I've just been busy with the Wrestling Juggernauts page because that page is fucking doing amazing right now. We're nearly at like 100,000 views already on the channel alone. And we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. So I am focusing a lot on the Juggernauts over WrestleMania. But this channel will still be going on. I will be doing live shows on it. I might do a few non-wrestling stuff on here. I'm going to film, so for anyone who doesn't know, the weightlifting videos are going to come back because we're now going to be hitting the end of lockdown. So the 30th of May is where gyms open, so I'll be recording some weightlifting action there. Weightlifting action. So overall, guys, I want to thank you so much for your support. Big rant anyway, might as well give us a good old rant there. Me and WJ might make a discussion on this maybe at some point about the boxing fight. So me and him together talk about this, but it was a waste of time, but it was not fake. So bring back Jerry Late Night Talks with Communism Thoughts. Communism thoughts. Wrestling fans probably think Fat Boy Kevin Owens is in shape. Yeah, man, like, wrestling fans are fucking mental. Anyway, General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out. Might have the return of General Jerry show soon, so I'll talk to WJ about it. We might bring back the General Jerry show there. We might bring on a few people or whatever. So, but guys, thank you so much. General Jerry signing out. Yo.